Give everybody a second to jump in. Turned on slow mo tonight, so just respond to comments. Gabby EC. Salute. Hey Jay, did you get my email? I get hundreds of emails a day, so you'd have to be more specific. I try to respond to a lot, but at times it's a lot. Noah Nelson said, Jay, what's the best tattoo you did? You don't really think of the best ones you did. I can think of some of the worst ones I did. All right, Gabby, be safe. Damn, Netherlands in the house. Big salute to the Netherlands. I wouldn't even know which direction to go. 352 in here. CK says, still waiting on the video. You're going back to Philly in due time. All right, now they're rolling. Give me a second. I got to answer some of these. C Dub 357 said, Jay, when you and Banky hooking up? Soon. I wish I could show y'all everything that I see in front of me. Computer monitors and all this lighting and all this stuff. I'm just waiting on the location. The thing with podcasts and all that is, and that's what me and Banky are gonna do. We're gonna get into this podcasting thing. The thing with podcasting is I need a building that's not attached to another building that has private parking. Because I can't be located next to a doctor's office or a shoe store and dudes being there smoking and drinking or doing whatever they're doing on camera and bother the next people. I found a couple locations out here, but at the same time, I don't want people to come on and then end up getting robbed outside in the parking lot. So just looking for the right spot, man. But that's coming soon. I'm looking. Somebody told you go live more often. It's been hard and harder for me. I told my guys this morning, man, it's been harder and harder for me to even upload. Y'all see these hands? These hands are dirty. Those are working man's hands. Those are calluses for people that don't know. I told my guys this morning, man, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. At this point, I keep the construction running for y'all because I care about y'all and all of you having families and jobs. I said, but I'm not gonna lie. This mornings I come in here and I pray that just everybody says, hey, we quit. I said, I get up every day and I come in and I work every day side by side with y'all. But I put myself in a position to where I don't really have to do the construction anymore, but I do it for y'all. But if y'all ever decide y'all want to quit, hey, let me know. Devious minds. Jay, sure there were good prisoners. I'm sure you know what I mean. Anyone been a prisoner but was good and had respect by others, right? Anyone been a prisoner but was good and had respect by others, right? Yeah, you kind of lost me on that. I met a lot of good guys, man. I can't say I didn't. Phil, before a big salute. D Man Jr. Appreciate your stories. Love your grind. Hey, salute, man. Thank you. Kentucky in the house. Jelani Dunn said, what up, Jay? The question. If there was one genre of music, song that could describe you to describe your life, what would that genre and song be? I listen to a lot of R&B, a lot of hip hop, rap. I listen to some older rock, but I think one song, hmm, if it was rap, it would be DMX and Slippin'. And if it was rock, it would be Red Hot Chili Peppers Under the Bridge. Lost said, I can produce y'all's pod. Let me know we can work things out. Hit me on Instagram and hit me up with an email and put podcast in the caption in the top. So I know what it is, man. And I apologize. I apologize for not being able to post like I want to. I told him I got a foreman named Sean, right? I told Sean this morning, I said, you notice I fired almost everybody. We went from 10 guys to 4. Have you noticed I ain't hired no new guys? Because I'm hoping, y'all, one more quits, that leaves 3. One more quits, that leaves 2. Then 1, then I'm done. Like the job is just, it's got me stressed out. I think my investors know I want to get away from it because they're piling more and more houses on me. As of right now, I have 8 houses to flip. Like, and they don't care about your personal life. All they care about is that the jobs get done, the money gets made, and that's it. Stuck in, said you are amazing. Hey, big salute, man. Phoenix, thank you. Salute. Noah Gwen. What's good at Jay Williams? Let's live life. It's locked up with a dude named Noah Wynn. Larry Gothrax, a salute. Cody Sparks said, I'm not sure if someone has asked, how is your niece? Don't know, man. She let me give y'all some backdrop on that because I didn't want to do it in the video. It wasn't enough time. So I'm gonna get into it on the live. And I probably shouldn't. My mom will probably get mad. She's probably watching, about to cuss me out. But I'm gonna get into the backdrop on how I came in to having my niece. When I first got out of prison, I was working, and then I started my construction company. I'm riding down the street in Richmond one day, called Midlothian Turnpike. I knew my sister was doing bad. I have 2 sisters. I knew my one sister was doing bad. I knew her baby daddy was doing bad. They got 2 kids. These are, my niece at the time was probably maybe 9, 10 years old. Yeah, something like that. My nephew was a little older. Coming down the street, I look to my right. I see my brother-in-law standing on the corner with my nephew, begging for change. I look to the left. I see my sister standing on the other corner with my niece holding a sign, begging for change. Then I got all messed up on dope, right? So I go down the next light. I do a U-turn. They take off running. They run between these motels. I'm driving through the motel parking lot. I can't find them. I see police pull up everywhere. I'm like, all right, I'm about to leave. About that time, I see them knocking on the door upstairs. They're knocking on the door that my sister and them were staying in that room. Somebody's called the police and said, there are 2 adults out here having children panhandling. So I called my mom. I said, Mom, I'm about to take the kids. They out here panhandling. They got the kids out here panhandling. And the cops are here. You need to get up here. So my mom come up there. I initially started out with custody of my nephew, and my mom had my niece for a while, and then my sister had her. My nephew's gotten older. He's gone off and done his own thing. Real rebellious, like almost like, they say some people are just too far gone. These kids have been subjected to more than most adults have. I'm talking about sleeping in abandoned buildings, behind stores, you know, prostitution going on in front of them, drugs being sold, drugs being used, drug dealers trying to kick in motels' doors. These kids saw a lot. So I ended up taking my niece. My niece has been with us for a while now, and I thought that we had given her the life that every child dreams of. She has a better life than I ever had. And shout out to my mom. She did everything she could. She kept them bills paid. And like we talked about the other day, she said, y'all might not have had all this. Y'all might not have had everything y'all wanted. Y'all might have had to play in the dirt, but I kept them bills paid. And she did. But we gave my niece the life she never had. Her dad ends up going off to prison. My sister's been in between relationships and here and there. Now she's out in Baltimore. So my niece is like, she's got daddy issues. She's got a boyfriend. And on my birthday, sorry for missing y'all's comments. I'm just trying to break down the niece situation. On my birthday, Sean comes and picks me up. Says, hey, I'm gonna take you out to eat. Like, yo, it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. What am I eat at 1 o'clock in the afternoon? Like, I said, I'm good. He's like, oh, I want to treat you to something to eat. I'm like, I'm good. Take me by the mall. I want to go hat shopping and I want to go cop a new watch. So I pull up, surprise birthday party, which wasn't a surprise because when I pulled up, there was like 17 cars in the driveway. I couldn't even park. So I knew what was going on. Her boyfriend drove, I have a 2014 Dodge Charger. He drove my Charger to pick up my homeboy Lil Bubble. When I get here, none of these people were here. The boyfriend is completely smashed. Like, dude is lit. Come to find out, he was drunk. He was drinking and driving in my car. So my wife grounded my niece. 3 days you can't see your boyfriend. He can't come over. You can't go to his house. What a tough life. I mean, that's so terrible of us. Like, and like we beat her with a belt, or we make you stand in the corner, or we take everything from you. You keep your phone, you keep your TV. You just can't have any company for 3 days. So I work that weekend. I come home. My wife says, I guess she's mad at me. So why you say that? She ain't been out of her room all day. So she ain't been out of her room. She's like, nah, she ain't been out of her room. I said, all right, let me go check on her. So I go upstairs, Emily, go in her bedroom. I push the door open. She's not in there. I'm like, yo, she's got her own bathroom now. I go push the bathroom door open. She's not in there. I get to looking around, open the dresser drawers. Because if I was going to run away, I'm going to take stuff out of the dresser. I open the dresser drawers and I see little items are missing here and there, right? I look at her shoe collection. One pair of sneakers is gone. I said, come on, man, stop playing with me. I go out back in our backyard. We got woods behind our house. I start yelling. I go in the garage. I check. She's not in the garage. I look everywhere. So then I start looking through her room trying to find clues of where she could have gone. I'm blowing her phone up. I'm blowing the boyfriend's phone up. Nowhere to be found, right? Then I find a note. And the note is typical 17-year-old stuff, man. And I'm not going to say anything bad about it because I love her. But it's just typical that you go through at 17 thinking you know everything and that you're just going to go figure it out on your own in the world. And so my wife called the police. We have a child missing. She called the police. The police came, which was crazy feeling to have the cops in my house, to be talking to a cop. They went in the room and looked, and they're still looking for her. But here's the problem. Now, knowing this little dude and his mom came and took her from here, and they're probably watching, she knows he can't never come around again. She knows that me and him ain't cool. So if they do find her and bring her back, she's just gonna run away again. She's just gonna take off. So we're damn near, it's like damned if we do, damned if we don't. We tried, man. We stepped in and played parents to children that weren't ours. And I'm not gonna say parents, I'm gonna say role models. Like we tried to show the kids a better life, and at the end, none of that mattered, man. My son, my little boy Noah looks at her like a sister and doesn't even mention her because I guess he just kind of understands like she's gone. Cops call here and there, ask me if I heard anything. Nah, I ain't heard nothing. Y'all know where she's at. She's at the boyfriend's house. Like this ain't rocket science. They just not gonna let y'all in. So now we ain't heard nothing about it. Don't expect to hear nothing about it. But if you're watching, I love you. I can't believe you dipped on us like that. And we miss you. One day we'll sit down and talk about this and we'll get it all figured out. You made a big mistake, but ain't nothing I can do to change that. You know, we were good to you. You can never say we weren't good to you. But that's what's going on with my niece, man. That was a lot. Had to break that down. Let's get back to the comments section. My homeboy Dirty Weather 916 tapping in. If y'all ain't never checked into Dirty Weather, go check out Dirty Weather. Renee said, hi Jay, saw your comment on Real Life Monsters on Lemonade. How's your dog? Where's your dog? Hugs from New York City. He's with a friend of mine named Robert. Man, Max is great. Crazy thing about Max is I tried to breed Max recently with my homeboy KO's dog. Max is so big we couldn't even breed him. Like the female couldn't hold him up. Over 2 hours, these two dogs ran around, and she was so frustrated, so tired. So we're working on getting another blue bully, a double XL that we can breed Max with. But he's good. He's at a friend of my friend of mine named Robert's house. He's chilling. Here, I couldn't have him here. I got two small dogs, two like little small poodles. And Max wanted to mark his territory and piss and shit in the house. And I'm talking about, if you ain't never had a dog that size piss and shit in your house, you won't understand. Like once he did that and he continued to do it, I'm like, Max, I love you, but you can't be here, man. I'm not about to live in no dog kennel. Dylan said you can only do so much. Hold on. That's crazy because I got my nephew's name is Dylan. Dylan said you can only do so much, Jay. She must not understand all y'all have done for her. She's grown enough now. Let her find out. I agree, but I disagree, man. I don't have no choice but to let her find out. The streets are mean, man. There's nothing nice out there. Like she thinks that you just run off with a couple $100 and there your life starts and everything's good. She left her social security card, birth certificate, ID. Like life is not easy. I hit the roads at a young age, been on my own since my teen years. Like my dad died, I was out the crib. It wasn't easy. And for me, all it did was land me in trouble because I'm gonna go with the flow of whatever's going on around me. If everybody around me is into illegal things, that's what I'm gonna be into. And I think she's gonna find that out as well. She's gonna become her environment. You learn to adapt, you become a chameleon. Pray for Ukraine. Absolutely. Send love from North Philly. Philly in the house, 215. Salute, stand up. Just reading some of y'all's comments. Jay, you hooking up with Banky Pound. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. I haven't talked to Banky in a while. If you watching Banky, big salute to y'all. If y'all ain't checked out Banky Pound, go check out Banky Pound, man. Solid dude, good dude, man. 30 plus years in prison. Swamp 308, Swap 308 said, big salute, Jay. My pops passed away in October. I started drinking that night. And after being sober a year, went back, watched the video of you pouring out that bottle and got back on it. Got back on the wagon. Been 2 months now. Thanks, man. Drink is an everyday struggle for me. I struggle. I'm not gonna lie. There's times stress gets me, but I know that if for to be here for my family, I can't drink. Not only was it killing me, I was way overweight from drinking. My liver was failing from drinking, but I was making really bad decisions. And I'm one of them dudes that when I drink, I don't care. Like I really don't care about nothing when I drink. Like, like there's many times since I've been out that I'd be drinking and driving in the car, and I'm like, the cops get behind me right now, man. I'm ready for whatever. And then I would sober up and I'd be like, yo, what is wrong with you? And when something has that type of control over you and has the ability to take everything from you, my family, my children, my wife, my home, my company, the social media, the gathering, all that. If something that has the power to take all that from you, get rid of it. And that's what alcohol was for me. Alcohol had the ability to completely destroy me. Alcohol has done nothing in my life but make me make bad decisions. 99.9% of the things I regret in life, I did while I was drinking. Now, I've done things sober that I shouldn't have done. I'm not one of those guys that has to have a couple drinks to get courage in me. I'm brave without drinking, but I'm stupid when I drink. There's a difference. But big salute to you, man. You'll do what you want to do. I tell everybody, I've seen guys and girls go to rehab, 20, $30,000 spent on rehab, come home and relapse. And then I've seen people just wake up one day and it all click in their head and they're like, I don't want to do this no more. I don't. They don't go seek help. They don't go to recovery. They don't do none of that. They mentally decide, I'm done. And just like that, it ends. I know guys that were addicted to heroin. I mean, full blown addicts for 15 years straight, and just woke up one day and said, "I'm gonna be sick today. I'm done." You know, all that is up here. It's all up here. All they do is try to teach you how to stay sober. But at the end of the day, if you want to, that's what's gonna happen, man. It's all a choice. People will argue that, but as an addict, I was an alcoholic straight up my whole life. I can tell you, it was all a choice. The moment I chose to quit drinking, it stopped. Tom, big salute. He said a hoodie is sick. Salute from Wisconsin. Appreciate it. Heather Hahn said, "Hey Jade, how do I connect you? I got a couple of jail stories. Hit me on Instagram." But I'm gonna get into that too because I think it's about time now. I don't do interviews. Hmm. You have a question why? Everybody says, "Why ain't you been on lockdown 23-1?" It's got nothing to do with death. Death is good people. Josh is good people. I just blew up out the blue. Like I'm one of the few dudes in my genre that didn't get a death interview. And at this point, I've kind of taken that as a prideful thing. Like, yo, I got it. Started from the bottom, now I'm here, self-made. And that's no shots at nobody else for being on somebody else's channel. Get it how you got to get it. But at this point, it's kind of like, yo, I got this far by myself. Me and Josh, we talk in there. We're gonna link up. It's all in win. But I really don't do interviews like that or have people on because the one time, well, I've done two, I think. I went on two different interviews, and one of them I did ended really bad. I got mixed up in some shit I didn't know nothing about. Somebody else had a bad history, and that shit reflected back on me, and I didn't know nothing about it. So now I'm just like, man, I don't even know. It's almost like you gotta run fingerprints and run background checks on people to have them around you or to have them on because if shit don't check out with them, everybody's gonna look at you like you did something. I'm solid, but if he ain't, and something comes back negative on his half, then it falls back on me. So ever since then, I've been like, man, I'm not feeling these interviews. Let me go back and check some of your chats. Anthony said, Jay, what sets you apart from other YouTubers is the life lessons learned from you and all the people you help, including myself. My wife divorced me 3 months before my son was born. Damn, that's rough. Your videos help me get through it every day. I appreciate it. These videos help me as well. Um, I still have my prison ID, and I'll look at that from time to time. And talking about this daily, doing these videos, going over them, editing, it keeps the past alive in my mind. That's what's wrong with a lot of us. That's where we fail is we forget. We forget what we've been through, what it took to get where we're at. And the moment you forget, you're headed back where you were. And I believe that. Ryan from the gut up said, hey, bro, you can't save everyone. You just got to keep your head up and you keep doing you. You got to live that life you made yourself this time. This YouTube, I've been there from the beginning. We're going to be here. Salute. Hey, I appreciate you, Ryan, man. Peyton McBride, so let me come work for you. I don't even want to work for me at this point, Peyton. People have there's a big misconception with um just the stress that comes with everything. And I try not to complain, so I'm not really gonna get into it. But I do feel like the construction company at this point is standing in my way. And I'm just being completely honest. I asked for opinions. People said, Jay, don't let it go, don't let it go, don't let it go. I feel like it's standing in my way. I honestly do. I think it's stopping the podcast. It's slowing all that down. It's slowing down my videos. I wanted to do a mini series, get into almost like a TV show, but a mini series, like 15-minute clips on just things that's happened in life. I had people act out the parts, and even myself, a younger me. And I feel like the construction is standing in the way. But the hustler in me won't let it go. As much as I want it to go, I can shut it down at any moment. The hustler in me won't let it go. Because I know, sometimes you can have too many eggs in your basket, but you never really just want to have one egg in your basket. But that construction egg is a big one, man, and it's stressful. There's no doubt it's stressful. So you should be on a big podcast like No Jumper. I'm trying to be No Jumper. You know, why? I mean, that would be what's up. That'd be awesome. Shout out to all the people over there doing their thing. But that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be the East Coast no jumper. I watch a lot of different podcasts. Drink Champs, Drink Champs with Nori, Nore, Nori kills it, man. I never thought listening to Nori, and Capone Noriega and all them back in the day, and that he would go on to be a podcast. I didn't even know what podcast was, but I think that's my niche because there's a lot to talk about. A lot. I'm not a dumb dude. I stay stay up to times, up to date with what's going on in the world. So, I think that's where I need to be. Shelby Johnson said, "Does it bother you when people steal your stories and profit off of them?" Yes and no. It bothers me when they steal the stories because that's actually something I went through in life. That's my life experience. Does it bother me that they profit off of it? No. It doesn't bother me that they're making money because I'm going to eat either way. I'm going to make sure of that. What does bother me is when people haven't lived that life and they tell somebody else's story to try to make it seem like they lived that life. But at the end of the day, if them telling my story and remaking it into their story helps somebody else, then I can't be but so mad. I mean, that's honestly my outlook on it. If you're gonna lie, steal my material, steal what I went through, and tell it to somebody else like you went through it, and that keeps somebody else from getting locked up, killed, or something bad happening to them, then how mad can I be? Brian Carter, what up for South Florida? Thanks for all the good content. You're a good storyteller, bro. Appreciate it. Salute, man. David G said, "Can't you get someone to run a construction business for you and take the stress off you while you do things you want to keep up the great videos?" Much love from Dave. Here's the issue with this, all right? When I owned a construction company, when I met the investors, the people that I flip houses for, people that buy these houses, I come in, I do all the work, I make them new again. They didn't hire my guys. They hired JHW. They hired me. They know the quality of my work. They know what to expect when dealing with me. On the day that they show up and I'm no longer around, I'm not on the job sites and they don't see me there no more, they're no longer, I'm no longer working for them. That's how they see it. I've had guys hit me up, "Hey, where you at?" And I'll be in another state. I'm on vacation. "Well, why aren't you on the job?" "Because I can't be two places at once." "Well, if you can't be here, I don't need your guys here." They pay me for A, the work, B, two, B, the experience, and C, the peace of mind and knowing it's going to get done right. He's going to be there. He's going to oversee it. They've seen the product time and time again, and that's what they pay for. If I bring somebody else in, what do they need me for? And you know what they say, when the cat's away, the mice will play. I have to get up and go to work every single day because if I don't, this shit would have been fell apart years ago. Bill Love said, "What up, Jay? I'll be out of here April 7th. Did a little over a year in SCI Chester outside Philly. I started listening to you when I got home. You helped me out a lot. Thanks, big man. Hey, salute, man. Stay free." Somebody said, Derek Leitner said, "I know you've been in prison with dirty COs, but have you ever been in a prison physicality where the warden was dirty as well?" Here's the thing with the wardens. They're going to take the sides of the COs. Very rarely will you see a warden go to bat for an inmate. Doesn't mean they're dirty. It means that they stick to their own. Like the convicts are going to look out for the convicts and not vouch for no guard. Wardens will do the same, but they're not really in no position to be dirty. Like they really can't. They got too many eyes on them, and they come and go. Billy Baker said, "How's your brother doing?" My brother's doing good. He works for me. He's actually doing really good. He's already got a house. Him and his girl Lisa. Shout out to Jesse. Shout out to Lisa. They got a house. Uh, he works. She works. He does his probation. I really think that that last bid did it to him. I think that being up in the mountains, man, being on them higher levels of super maxes, 23-1, that will break you. When I mean it'll break you, it'll break you down to the very essence of who you are. And it'll make you think twice before you so much as cross the street without looking both ways or jaywalking. Like you get up in them higher mountains, it's not nothing like most people have ever seen. It's not like what you see on TV. It's not like what you would experience in jail. It is literally you in a cell 23 hours a day. And outside of that cell, anytime you ever walk around or come out, you're in handcuffs. But he's doing really good. I'm proud of him. I hope that he keeps his head on his shoulders and remembers where he's been, man. G Harris said, where are you going next with this? I'm gonna stick with the YouTube, getting into podcasts, and I don't mess with Instagram a whole lot. Instagram for me is more, it's a younger generation thing. If you're not on the gram smoking blunts and throwing money up in the air, people ain't, they don't really care. And that's not my thing. I like what I like, but I'm not the flashy type. I'm not the type that wants to get up there and do other things for other people. Like podcasting is what I want to get into. I want to get into entertainment. Alex T, yo man, love the videos. Listen to them all the time. You're a real one. Thanks for all the content. I hope there's much more to come. Much more. I could go back and I could literally show y'all like all the videos. I started making a video today, and it was called "What Happens in Prison Don't Stay in Prison." Never got to finish it. Ended up having to run almost 900 square feet of laminate flooring. Brothers had a doctor's appointment today, so I had to jump in. Just ain't had time. Somebody asked me, how many hats do I have? You wouldn't believe me. The hat thing, I truly need an intervention. The hat thing, I mean, at least I'm not on drugs, but I might as well be. I've got a hat addiction that is just, I go to the mall now and I buy a bunch of hats. I come home and I usually have one or two of the hats I just bought. I can't hang them on the wall no more. I've ran out of places to store them. Now it's just like a room that is just piled up of hats. Ernest Strong said, Cleveland, Ohio, rocking with you. Salute, Jay. Hey, salute to Cleveland. Favorite books to read while locked up? I like John Grisham, Stephen King, Dean Koontz, um, Tom Clancy. But I'm a big horror fan. So anything Stephen King related, like when the Dark Tower series dropped, that was great. It was great. Believe it or not, and a lot of people aren't going to believe this. From being in solitary confinement, I read the Bible several times. I'd read other religious books. I'd read anything I could get my hands on. But if I had to say, I'd say it was anything horror related. Somebody said favorite shoes. Show us your J's. I might do a video on that, on the J's and the J's and the hats. But yeah, shoes, it's J's. It's Jordans, Air Maxes, Air Force Ones, up tempos, things like that. He said Jay's hat collection is doper than the crack era. We were counting them the other day. My homeboy Frog was over here. Shout out to him. One of my homeboys, Duck, came through. Shout out to Duck. We was counting the other day, and it's over 300 hats. I do not think that anybody can really, and I'm not bragging, I'm just saying, when it comes to the hat game, I don't think there's anybody that's really, if you're not like that, I don't think there's anybody on the East Coast that can mess with me when it comes to hat, unless you own a hat store. But show me you have over 300 hats in your bedroom, and I'll say, yeah, we're on the same level when it comes to collecting. I love the hats. Dude asked me and Liz, he said, why you buy so many hats? Why do I buy so many hats? Because I'm bald. That's why. I lost all my hair. Like if I had the choice to get fresh fades like I did when I was 19, I would. My hair is gone. So I do hats. HB said, Jay, please do a video with Brian when he gets out. Most definitely. Don't forget James Patterson. True indeed. James Patterson's awesome. Hey, Big Chill Will, what's up, man? That's my dude, Chill Will. Chill Will said, y'all make sure y'all smash that like button. It's free. Everybody, good to see you live again, bro. Yeah, hey, it's good to be seen, man. It's good to see you too, Chill. I'm telling everybody, I'm a working man. There was a time when I could actually fall back a little bit and do my videos with firing over half the crew. I have to be there. I have to focus. It's no cap. See these? These ain't YouTube hands. They're not. Them ain't YouTube hands. Steve Vermillion said, Jay, you ever concerned about working in high crime areas when you're wearing a really nice watch and driving a nice car? I'm not. God's got me. What's going to happen to me in life is going to happen. I don't go looking for trouble, but I'm not afraid of anything happening to me. I'm good with God, man. My kids know I love them. I'm not out there making no noise. Dudes see dudes working, and that's what they see. I'm not gonna be out in the projects after dark working. Like that's stupid. That's looking for trouble. But do I worry? Nah. And here's the crazy thing: there's not many places I can go in Richmond now where people don't know me. People all the time want to take pictures with me, or hey, I'm gonna call my people real quick. They're not gonna believe I met you. And for the most part, it's all love. There's no reason to dislike me. Now, if somebody was looking to come up, I mean, yeah, they could try to get at me, but at the end of the day, no, I'm not worried about it, man. I'm just, I'm doing what's right. There was many years I was out there doing what's wrong. I wasn't worried about it then. I'm not worried about it now. He said, dude sent 100. Sorry, y'all. Red Native Savage, salute, man. Tutel Negrito, how does higher gas prices affecting your business? For better or worse? Terrible. Gas just hit it was like 445 this morning. And I have three vehicles. I have two trucks that run and my vehicle. That F-250 eats gas. I mean, that bitch, I swear it's a hole in the gas tank. Then the F-150, that's all right on gas. Then I drive the Avalanche. I ain't been driving the Hummer like that. Avalanche ain't great on gas, but we're talking 400, close to 500 a week in gas. It's serious. VC, big salute, man. Beautiful lies. Shout out Big J. Here's a tip for the Ravens hat. I'm a YouTuber. Somehow you're my girl's favorite YouTuber. Keep your thing up, boss. El Guapo. Hey, big salute, LFA. Beautiful lies, man. That's great. Thank you, man. Chris G, let's live life. Salute, you're a beast. Hey, I'm just a man. I had everything set up. Dude just said something about the background, right? The background you got is looking nice. Props for the live stream shit. I had everything set up for at first earlier today. I had it where the double monitors were behind me. I got a big U-shaped desk, podcasting desk, the lights and all that. But I didn't like the way it looked. Didn't want to reveal too much, and I'm not trying to just when it's time to switch up, I'll switch up. I don't want people being like, "Oh, look, he done got fancy on us. Oh, you changed up on us." Nah, when it's time for that, we'll do that. Julian Glenn said, "Love from Indiana." Big salute to you, Julian, in Indiana. Quinn Mulligan said, Yo, Jay, going in for my first time for 2 weeks. Got caught giving fake community service letter. I paid for it. The employee didn't tell the boss. Excuse the typos. I'm texting and driving. Be safe, man. Well, what you got going on, it sounds like you won't do more than a couple weeks a weekend. Just shit, couple weeks a weekend, I can sleep that away. But all the same, be the safe. Broly, oh, why do you think people like booty bandit stories? People are intrigued. People are curious about the things they don't know about. And that's a fact. People, I could do a video today trying to help people and giving like self-help. People will skim right by. Put a video up that's got something to do with somebody getting their ass snatched or a booty bandit or something. Oh man, that should have do 1 million views. It's just weird like that. People are intrigued about what they don't know. For us that have been in prison and seen that stuff, it's not. Y'all lucky y'all just get to hear it and don't have to physically see it or hear it around you. It's nothing nice, man. But at the same time, you spread awareness. Somebody watching on here can go out and do something stupid. You could end up with video, believe it or not. And that whole theory of, oh man, that would never happen to me. He's gonna have to kill me. Let me tell you something. He will. He will. And he'll do it to your dead body. Simple as that. He'd have to kill me. He will. And he's still gonna do it. Huey Newton said, turning out on all his job sites. If you were to focus on construction, how would progress to the next level? How would progress to that next level? I'm not gonna lie. I'm burnt out. I'm burnt out. I know some people do this 20, 30 years. When I started off with construction, I was really passionate about what I've done. Now, over the years, I've lost friends that I've hired because I had to fire them. I've fired family members. I've had stuff stolen. Been through it seems like a million trucks. It just becomes a headache at times, especially once YouTube took off. And I don't know if it's me being, not thinking straight, but once YouTube took off, that was a good source of income. And I really enjoy what I do on YouTube and the construction. Every time I can't do a video because my phone is ringing because of construction, or I have to do this, or I'm on a deadline, it eats at me. I feel like I'm missing out on meals, like I'm missing out on dinner. And I just look at the construction like, so I've got to find a way to do the two. Whether it be, I'm hoping that once I get the new location, I get the building, that I can get everything up and running. I can go in there in the morning, make my YouTube video for the day, do a couple episodes of the podcast, and then tap back in what's going on with the construction. But I don't know. I know this is where I want to be. I love being behind this camera. I love being able to help others. I love sharing my life experiences, hearing other people that have been through the same, and knowing that it makes a difference. Sure, construction makes a difference, and construction will always be needed. I know that if I don't stay on top of what I'm doing right here with this YouTube thing, it'll die out. It'll sizzle out. I made it start, and only I can make it end. We made it start. Only we can make it end. I know that as I slow up on the posting videos, the views slow up, the subscribers slow up. And what'll happen is over time, I'll get passed by and I'll fade out. That's why I need to go to the next level. And that's why I try to preach it to people. Be smart with your money. Be smart with your money. Just because you start getting money, don't mean you go shopping every day. Don't mean you do this, you do that. Save. Once you get money where you can do that, then do it. I'm constantly putting money aside. Money aside, looking to make my escape. My escape from what? From working around. I got out of prison at 34 years old. I'm 42 years old. I don't have a retirement plan. You know when I retire? When I die. So I got to leave something for me, something for my kids. And the only way I can do that is by continuing to grind. Thomas Kowalski said, huge salute from South Jersey, Philly. Jay, we're all just so appreciative of you keeping it real. Life lessons learned. Hey, I love Jersey, man. I love Jersey. I lost water, but I love Jersey. True story. We was out Tom's River, man, out by the shore. We got family out there. Miss Bella. Bella, what up, Bella? We was out Tom's River, man, out towards Jersey Shore, right? Sometime last year. And I'm not bullshitting. I woke up, smoked, brushed my teeth, was getting ready to go to the vending machine, and I was like, man, I'll just drink some water out the sink. Tell me how I drink water, tap water in Jersey, out the sink, and my breath stunk the rest of the day. It smelled like a nest full of homeless rats had an orgy in my mouth. My mouth was funky all day long. Or I brushed my teeth and I'm like, what did they put in the water? Like, did they pump this shit straight out the toilet? My mouth was messed up. Other than y'all city water, I love Jersey, man. Hallwinder, you said, step up your merch, bro. I cop, but you got to do more, G. Beautiful minds think alike, man. I've been thinking about deleting the whole merch line and just dropping a whole new merch line and letting it hit again. But then again, that's one of those things where you got to have the time in the day to do it. I'm lucky to have this time right now. T Wayne, say, let's live life. Pimp C, Trey Wade. Pimp C and Trey Wade. Thanks. Hey, salute, T Wayne. He said, fuck this, tell a story. He should show us the tits tattoo on your left arm. Come on, man. They got the internet for that. Favorite multi-purpose tool on the job site. Um, I ain't gonna say multi-purpose. I use the oscillator a lot. Do you ever watch any BMF or the Stars Network? I've watched all the BMF, all the Powers. Now I'm into the Tommy thing. I watch Walking Dead. I started watching that in prison, and been hooked ever since. Was big into Breaking Bad. T Wayne said, let's live life, Pimp C and Trey Way. Let's live life, Pimp C and Trey Way. Salute. He said, fuck voting. The fuck is that gonna accomplish? That's right, nothing. That was from Gabriel Dawson. Richmond Meetup Bay. Said, can we get a Philly update? I haven't talked to Philly in a while. I've fallen back from pretty much everybody I talk to. I'm one of those people that the only way I know how to deal with when when it overwhelms me and I get overstressed, I shut down. I start to shut down. I stop taking phone calls. I stop doing this. I stop doing that, and I just focus on my house. Adam, the wall to Milwaukee, the wall all day. Milwaukee's good, but we've been black and yellow since day one. So I've been falling back from just people. Don't mean I don't love them. I mean sometimes you have to pay attention to what's going on around you, and you do it to the point that you stop paying attention to what's close to you, and that's how I started to feel like I was losing focus on my household, my family, my kids. I was so stressed out with life. So now I focus more on them. Better for me, man. Brew Fitness, a big salute, man. Did you do time with Banky? We did time at the same place. Here's the crazy thing. This is what I look forward to about one of the main things I look forward to with the Banky thing is Banky and me have been at the same place. We may have been there at the same time. I don't think we were in the same buildings. But the crazy thing is about 50, 60% of the people I've talked about, Banky knows. Banky knows Big T. He knows Nate. He knows Jingling. He knows Will. He knows Wildman. He knows all these dudes. He knows John Wayne. And the list goes on and on and on. Banky knows all these people. Banky knew these people long before I knew Banky. And everybody that I've talked to that did time with Banky was like, a lot of people be like, he's a solid dude, or they'll say he's a good dude. And that's all I hear about Banky. Yeah, he's a solid dude. Hey, he's a good dude. He's a solid dude. He's a good dude. And Banky is a solid dude, and he is a good dude. Banky's a perfect example of the type of man that should be given parole. People make mistakes when they're younger and never get to come home, and then they let somebody else go that really didn't deserve that chance. Like with Jacob. I talk to him quite often, right? And they still haven't come back with a decision on his parole. Man, 22 years he's been down on a 36-year sentence when nobody was hurt, and they're still not cutting him loose, man. I can't get it. I can't wrap my head around it. Thomas Orr said, "Hey, brother, my fiance just broke up with me after 10 years. I'm losing my two dogs, house, and best friend. Your videos get me through these hard times." Ah, it's a lot to deal with, man. But remember this, life goes on. Kel Jahad said, "Did you ever play Dungeons and Dragons in prison?" I never played Dungeons and Dragons in the real world, but there were a lot of dudes that played it. Dudes picked on the dudes for real, man. They used to call it daggers and dildos. Carlos Villa said, "Hey, Jay, you real as fuck, man. Thank you for real. This is me. This is who I am. No, I'm the same person every day. Anybody that knows me is watching, or anybody that kicks with me outside of this will tell you this is who I am. I'm nobody special. I'm just me." Sorry, y'all catching up, man. Yeah, that's what they call Dungeons and Dragons, man. Daggers and dildos. What you missed the most when you was locked up? Aside from the obvious, there's a whole list of obvious things you're gonna miss while you're locked up. Food, sex, privacy, freedom, all the things that come with being locked up. Those are the basics. But you're not gonna believe one of the things I missed the most that I do to this day: taking a bath. Facts. I hated year after year after year after year of showering. It's like, man, I would just love to lay in a bathtub full of hot water and just let my bones just soak. So most days I get off work, I hit that shower real quick just to get the dirt off me. I fill the tub up with hot water, hit it with some bubbles, jump in there and just lay back and relax. I missed it. And you'd have to go through that to understand. Like, imagine just only having the option of taking a shower for a decade, never having the option to just lay down or be submerged in water. Like, I miss the hell out of taking baths. And now I take longer baths than I do shower and more baths than I do showers. Do you miss your Fifi? Bob Jenkins said. Nah, hell no. Forgot all about the Fifi as soon as I got home. Hey, big salute to Luis Perez, man. Happy birthday to you. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button if y'all are just coming in. Anthony McBride, could you give a shout out to Ant McBride and his son Adam in the UK? Hey, big salute and shout out to Miss Ant McBride. Gio Biondi, much love, Jay. If you ever need beats for any of your content, I'd love to send over some heat and work with you. Salute. Just hit me up on the email and put that in the title. He said, refresh, Jay, you're a little blurry. Be safe. My birthday was Thursday. Be safe. Hey, happy birthday. I don't even know how to refresh. We only gonna stay on a couple more minutes, man. I gotta get in. My little boy's in the house. And let me tell you about this dude. I gotta show y'all some pictures tomorrow in the next video. Four, mind you now, four. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. 4 years old. Does not want toys. No, sir. He don't want none of that. Guess what he wants? Clothes and shoes at 4. Mom goes dressing. Nah, I ain't wearing that. That's whack. I'm not wearing that. That ain't my drip. And he goes in there and dresses himself. She sent me a picture yesterday. White Jordan shoes, white fours, black pants with white paint splattered on them. Like, I love the kids, man. Glass half past full. Jay, your videos are 16 the lights of the truth, and I'll look forward to them. When I go to the field, it's my escape. Huge shout out, respect, and salute from Dago. Hey, Dago in the house. Yeah, Banky was talking to me about 16 of life, and I've checked out some of his videos. Good dude, man. Good dude. I'll end up getting up with him. Banky tried to make it happen. I guess that them two collabed. He tried to make it happen. It just I couldn't get it to happen at the time. But I could see something happening with them in the future, man. Yeah, my little boy, he's dripped all the way, y'all. And he's got all this costume jewelry, right? Like, we got a store here called City Trends where they sell like the fake gold chains with the diamonds in them. Man, that dude's got chains like Mr. T. Like, he is slugged up with the chains. But his clothes game yesterday, the wife took him and because he wants shoes now. 4. And y'all might not know this, but kids' Jordans are expensive like adults' Jordans. This kid wears an 11C. This little ass shoe. He got the Lightning Force, $123. And they got a pair of up tempos. Like, he legitly wants to shop. She when he got his hair cut, he got the little spike, and then he wanted like a little lightning bolt put inside of his head. Oh man, that dude just keeps taking pictures of himself. My heart, man. I love my kids. I can't say that enough. So, what is your email address? It's J Let's Live Life at Gmail. Swap 308. What's going on with the podcast? It's coming. That's all I can tell you. Rafael Zapata. Salute. Your son is better style than most men. I have to show you all these pictures. You're not gonna believe it until you see it. I could tell you, you could be like, there's no way he dressed himself. He did not do that. Yeah, he did. He goes straight past the toys and to the clothing section. Trump and Washington said, I need that hat, pimpin'. He said, go with your gut, Jay. You know it'll never lie to you. Have you talked about the Texas rapper SPM before? I'm not sure. He said, what's the number on the female CEOs you done busted down? Shelby Johnson said, where did you get the slogan, let's live life from? I don't know. I guess that's all I've ever really wanted to do. When you're locked up, that's all you really want to do is just get back to living your life. And once I started the construction and I was able to help others, I don't know where it came from. I don't know how none of this, I mean, I know how it started, but I didn't envision it. I didn't foresee it. I didn't plan it. Like, it just happened. It happened. Michael Mays, how's your brother doing? Love your content. He's good, man. He's doing good. He twisted his knee, and so at his new house, he was upstairs doing some work. Him and his girl got a house, and he twisted his knee, and they think he tore his MCL and his knee. His knee like swelled up. He had to have it go drain. So he was at the hospital today, but he's all right. VG Talent. I'll fuck with you, Jay. Danville, VA. Salute. Hey, I know a lot of people out of Danville. Danville's all right. Would you rather go back in time and be a gladiator or a Viking? I'd rather be a gladiator. And there's reasons for that. Vikings did a lot of things that, I mean, when people say Viking, I don't realize Vikings were raping and pillaging and doing all that crazy stuff. No, 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 no. I ain't about to rape nobody. We're not about to go in the village and do what? To women and children? No, we ain't doing none of that. But I'll fight for my life. So to answer that, I'd rather be a gladiator, man. Big salute, Terrence Warren. Hi, goodbye. I'm so happy I found your video. Thank you, Jay. Hey, thank you and salute for watching, man. Mr. Thomas, I like the phrase, it always ends bad. It does. Anytime you out here doing something you ain't supposed to do, people act like surprised when things go bad. You're doing shit you're not supposed to be doing. Who's your favorite rapper? Mm. Currently or of all time? I don't know. That's a hard one. But listen to a lot of the game stuff lately. I like Yeezy. I like Kanye when he was the original Kanye, when he was college dropout, late registration, that Kanye. But as of right now, I really don't have a favorite. I don't have a lot of favorites of anything. Somebody asked me, what's your favorite color? And I'm like, I really don't have one. I like whatever I like. What's your favorite football team? Don't have one. I don't have a lot of favorites. I just like what I like. Jay, you ever heard of a VA battle rapper named Av? Fire battling. He uses a lot of the slang you use. So I think of your video every time I listen to his battles. No, I haven't, but I'll check him out. Inchworm. Hey, I seen your little comment the other day, Inchworm, too. This dude, what's your name, Inchworm? Let me go ahead and block your little dumb ass anyway. Um, this dude said I was locked up with him, something. Yo, these dudes are just the worst. A whole entire liar. He was commenting on somebody else. He was like, Jay's fake. I was locked up with Jay. You have no profile picture, and your name is Inchworm. So you're an inchworm and you're a liar. And now your little dumbass can't comment. Organic K Doe asked a dumbass question and misspelled it. You ever hear about the Kane situation? Which Kane situation? He said, fuck Antoine. Dude's a clown, man. But there's a lot of dudes like that. Oh, you talking about, oh yeah, Kane from Florida. I mean, talking about Cain Velasquez with the whole dude molested his kid. Yeah, I heard about it, man. It's a sad thing. But he did what he was supposed to do. He did what he was supposed to do. You hurt one of my kids, touch one of my kids. You better pray you get to the police station and turn yourself in before I can get to you. You know, I need to do a video on things worth going to prison for. And there's nothing really worth going to prison for. Defending yourself, your family, the children, that's 100% a reason to go to prison. 1,000,000% a reason. Johnny the Boss More, Red Bull ain't give you no contract yet. You get a much love from my house. I need to stop drinking Red Bull. For real. If I fuck around and have a heart attack. I drank so many, like, and I know it's bad. Before y'all get at me, I know it's bad. I know. And I still drink them. Brian Lee said I had a heart attack a month ago. It ain't no joke. Sugar's bad in general, man. I'm one of them dudes that when I was in my 20s, shit, I couldn't gain 5 pounds of weight. I hit my late 30s, forget about it. Shout out from Bosnia. Jay, what was the most traumatic thing you ever went through in prison? It was one of the most traumatic things. I wouldn't say it was fighting. It was the day I got caught, and I didn't even get caught. And I need to get into this too. This is another story. The day my son's mother got caught bringing drugs into the prison, and I realized that my son was there. That was a that was a scary moment because it wasn't about me no more. I felt like he was going to get snatched up and taken into child services. That was a scary feeling. I seen a dude die on the yard one time, and the guy was chasing him and stabbing him, and he was screaming and he was running towards his homeboys trying to get help, and his homeboys ran in the opposite direction, and the guy eventually collapsed on the ground and died. Things like that, they're traumatic, but over time, I'm not gonna say it becomes normal. It becomes less shocking. You get kind of accustomed to the violence. Violence is king in prison. Violence rules. He who is most violent runs the yard. Like that's how you get your point across in prison. You ever heard the saying, lessons not learned in blood are soon forgotten"? Meaning you can tell somebody something 1,000 times, it'll go in one ear and out the other. As soon as you make them bleed a little bit, they'll hear you. That's prison for you. Nobody's really talking. Sarah Lee said, I imagine it's constantly fight or fight mode with nowhere to go. True indeed. True indeed. And there is somewhere to go. A lot of dudes will start shit and go check in and go to the hole. A lot of dudes their flight mode is to try to talk themselves or their way out of the fight. But a lot of dudes aren't trying to hear that, man. They're not. Well, you think they send all them crazy ass people you see on TV and all around you to? Where you think they go? They go to prison. Mm. You think that when you go to prison, they're gonna keep y'all separated? Nah, you go right there with them. So fuck up. He said, Jay Watch, are you getting new tattoos or cover-ups? I don't have anything I need covered up. I do have a couple family members' names on my back that I would like to get covered up, but I wouldn't. Said, at what age did you have your first child? I was 22. I was 22. My second one I was 38 with my second one, my little boy. Did you get glasses yet? No. I went and got my eyes checked. I'm struggling to read this shit now. I went and got my eyes checked. Then I went and looked at the frames they had, and it's like a big commitment. I mean, like glasses is it's a big commitment. I got to be seen with these things. I got to wear these things every day. And I couldn't find nothing that I felt fit me. So I'm gonna check some different places. Why not get contacts? Because I do construction. Constantly getting sawdust in my eyes, dirt in my eyes. He said, "What's up, Jay? What's a prison story that you regret telling?" Turned out in prison with my homeboy, man, and Treetop. I don't regret telling it, but I've talked to a couple people like, man, old boy wasn't feeling you, putting that story out there. So I ain't never put his name out there. They're like, well, I'm just telling you, like, not that we on bad terms. I'm scared of him or nothing, because it's nothing like that. You know what I mean? You put yourself in that position. I tried to warn you. You kept doing what you do. But after doing the video, I felt uneasy about it. Um, Raped in a prison shower. That video, I damn near didn't post that video just because it made me real uneasy, and even just talking about the situation. But believe it or not, that would be the video that took my channel off. That just like the channel took off of. It's the things sometimes in life, the things you don't believe in or don't think that are gonna happen is exactly the complete opposite. And that's what that video was. I was like, man, I'm not gonna put this video up. I don't even like talking about this shit. I posted it and we took off. Starting to get tired. I know y'all can see it. Get get glasses, wear safety glasses. Don't mean much love though. Yeah, that's what they say, man. But when you work construction and you do this stuff day in and day out, that all sounds good. Ain't nobody walking through houses all day long with safety glasses on and science goggles. Like, we do that if we're cutting wood or something. I wear glasses, 99% of the time I've got my glasses. But you're just gonna get stuff in your eyes in general. You don't usually get something in your eye when you're working on something. It'd be you doing something stupid when you get shit in your eye. Nah, I ain't heard from Twigs. Which tattoo took the longest to do? My back. My back took a very long time to do. My back was 3 sessions that it took, and each one of those sessions was over 8 hours, and we did it over a course of a day and a half. So it was like 8 hours one day, 8 hours later that evening, and then 8 hours the next morning. I think it was from like around noon that day up until about 5:30 count, and then after count we went again. But my back took almost 24 hours. He said, had addictions. They do have meetings. Hey Jay, you know any prison YouTubers from upstate New York? Curious what it's up like up there. No, I don't, but I've got friends up in upstate New York. I got a homeboy Q. My homeboy Q. Pretty sure Buffalo, up that area. Would you hire someone you was in prison with? I've already done it. Turned out really bad. It was a really bad idea. You ever have to use your jail pocket? No. I've never boofed anything. I ain't never stuck nothing in my butt. Before I'm gonna stick it in my butt, I get caught with it. I don't I don't play them butt games. I don't like the idea of it. I don't like the thought of it. Like, even my wife, hey, we ain't doing all that. We ain't That's not meant to be touched. Don't play around. Like, this ain't gonna be fun. Leave that alone. Nah, never stuck none. Never even crossed my mind. Wild Whitey's wisdom. What's good, Wild Whitey? Hey, I got your message too, man. I forgot to respond though. Matter of fact, when we're done doing this either tonight or tomorrow, I'll definitely hit you up. Prison pocket my ass. No. Nobody put nothing in no prison pocket. Is treetop still locked up? Lord willing. He don't ever need to get out. But you know what's crazy? Is he be one of the dudes they let out of prison. They let treetop out and leave good dudes in there and let a booty bandit out. What I think about the Cain Velasquez story? Free Cain Velasquez. That's what I think. That's what I think. Let that man out. I don't see how you can lock somebody up for doing something to somebody that did something to your child. The law is messed up in a lot of ways, man. Devin Whitcomb, love your stuff, man. I think I've watched every damn video. Thank you for all the great stories. Hey, salute, Devin. Thank you, man. My most painful tattoo. Hmm. The lower back hurts like a bitch, and the armpits hurt like a bitch. Elbows, your wrist area, your hands, the sides of your hands, knuckles, all that shit hurts. Rocks and Forest Quiver. You ever thought about doing a Trailer Park Boys review of some sort? I feel like that'd be hilarious. It's a funny ass show. I was actually, when I started watching that, I had a big misconception on Canada. I don't know. I never been to Canada. I didn't think like it was so much alike. But after watching Trailer Park Boys, like there's not a big difference in Canada and the United States. It's really not. Mr. Thomas, you sound so appreciative of your second chance. That's cool as hell, homeboy. Not everybody, not everybody gets a second chance. I do this for my family, for myself, for the guys that never be able to. I made promises to a lot of guys that I'd never see them on that side of the fence again. That I'd see them when they got home, or I'd write them, and I've stayed true to that. It's it's a crazy feeling when you go to prison with 10 years and you have somebody else explain to you that they're never going home, and all of a sudden your 10 years feels real small. Like when you look at somebody the same age as you and realize this man is going to die in prison. And then you look at the fact that the judge gave you 10 years and it seems like nothing, like you learn to appreciate life. You don't know what life is until it's truly, once it's taken away from you for a long period of time, and then you're blessed enough to have it back. You live it a little bit different, and I live mine completely opposite of how I used to live it. Savvy Sav said, I just want to say thank you for all the amazing stories you tell and keeping us entertained. Even though some stories might be painful to tell, we appreciate you so much, Jay. Hey, salute, Sav. Mr. Shields, you got style, my dude. Thanks for keeping it real. Salute. Hey, salute, Mr. Shields. Dave Portillo said, big ups all the way from Arizona. Talking about life is helping all the people. Each one teach one, each one reach one. Do you think telling stories is both a release and a curse? Thank you for sharing. Heidi Allah said, absolutely. Absolutely. There's stories that I've told that for days I can't shake. I can't shake. I go back to work after doing the video, and it's all I'll think about the rest of the day. Or for the next few nights, I'll dream about it and have nightmares. But at the same time, I know that the stories help others, and it helps me a lot of times to get it off my chest. It helps me to get it out of here and to put it out there. Kato Stronze, NOK. Hey, salute. Let me plug this laptop in real quick. Hope that did something. Yeah, we in there. Good old Sparky said, Jay, you got the memory of an elephant, the sign of a great storyteller. I do have a good memory, but I remember all the bad things. I thought about this the other day. There are parts of my life I cannot remember. Like I can tell you my first grade teacher's name, my second grade, and third grade is a blank. How does that something like I'm a victim of child abuse. My father was one of the most aggressive and mean men I ever met in my life. That's why I say monsters are real. My dad was a monster. Rest in peace. It is what it is. But there are phases in my life, there are certain moments in my life that completely are gone. Only as a child. Now, everything fast from being an adult, I remember. Y'all have the same memory too. The thing with me telling stories is I'll tell one story and in telling it, it'll make me recall something from the past. We all have that ability. We just don't know how to tap into it. Like everybody's got a story to tell, and you might have forgotten it. All it takes is somebody like me to be like, "Hey, remember this one time we was doing this and this?" And you be like, "Damn, I forgot all about that." Me telling stories, it constantly brings up other stories, from like the back of my head to the front. But it is a gift. It is. It's the gift and the curse. Some things you just want to forget and not remember. Relic 187. How do you think the Ravens will do this year? Do you think Lamar needs more help offensively? Relic, you know what I think about the Ravens? I don't know. I don't watch football. I don't watch football. Prison turned me all the way against football. You ever heard 60 people argue over a football game every day, every night, 10 feet from your cell, the entire season? It'll make you hate football. I love the cities, the states, the hats, the teams, but football, to be honest, I mean, this is just my opinion. And hey, shout out to all my football fans. If football never came on again, I wouldn't be mad. When we turned the cable on, I asked them not to put ESPN on my TV. I said, is there any way we can substitute ESPN with something else? I don't care what it is. Disney, ice skating, anything. I don't care if it's just a screensaver. Please don't put ESPN on my TV. So they hooked me up with a sports package. Wesley Home Improvements. P.O. Box coming soon. Indeed. I have a P.O. Box. I need to get that. I'll post that tomorrow's video. I have a P.O. Box. I need to put that out for y'all. I actually did take care of that. Kenneth Miller, any Baltimore stories? Tuning in from Jessup, Maryland. I've been through Baltimore, but never really been out in Baltimore like that. So I can't sit here and say that I have any stories from Baltimore. I know a lot of people from Baltimore. I know people that's done time out Baltimore. I've been locked up with a lot of dudes from Baltimore. You want to know what they call everybody from Baltimore when you locked up? B-More. Hey, his name's B-More. Where you from? Baltimore? How did I guess? Hi, goodbye. Did you and Joe from After Prison Show go to the same prison together? I believe you two at the same prison around the same time. We did, but we never interacted. My homeboy Lil Bubba kicked it with Joe. And shout out to Joe, man, from After Prison Show. I've been watching some of his videos lately, and I see that he's stressed out, and he has every right to be. But one thing nobody can ever take from the man, he's one of the GOATs. To keep this going 5 years as a prison YouTuber and still be relevant is amazing, man. People can say what they want. They can say whatever. That's a long time. MTB said they were married. That's your one. Still Reserve or Bud Ice? Damn, Bud Ice. Still Reserve in the 90s. My brother's doing good. How's Bubba? I don't know. Solutions. Hey, I'm 18. I'm trying to start a business that consists of everything from home renovations and painting to demolition and flipping. Any advice? Know what you're doing. Know what you're doing. Like 100%. Know your trade. Don't go in there half-stepping. Don't go in there pump fake. Don't take the people's money and act like you know how to do something and you only know how to do it halfway. You'll find your ass in trouble. Lefty or righty? I'm a lefty. Mr. Chronic, checking in all the way from New Zealand. Hey, big salute to you in Zealand, man. Craig Stack said, cool to see you. Shout out, Joe. I never had no problem with Joe. People like to try to start shit, and if you say something, oh, he was saying that about this person. He was saying, man, they ain't done nothing to me. That man has had an amazing run on YouTube. To be at it for almost 5 years is insane. Like, you can't do nothing but salute, man. What's bro? Johnny Abernathy, love for Charlotte, North Carolina. Love Charlotte. What do you think about the Ukrainian situation? Don't even get me to lying, man. I haven't paid enough attention to really put my 2 cents in. I usually won't speak on things unless I know what I'm talking about. And I haven't really kept up with it. I think it's messed up anytime people's peace is taken from them, and that's what they're dealing with. How long you been married? How long you been married? Boss said Penfold. I got married. I got out July 10th, 2014, and got married November 1st, 2014. I held off on everything else until I got in a position. I knew I wanted to have another child, but I promised my wife, I said, look, well, we made an agreement. Once we're financially stable, I have my license back, we're not stressed over money. I made a list of all the things I wanted to accomplish before having another child. Once all the things were checked off the list, we had a little man. I'm not gonna say that we planned him because we didn't plan him. And I thought I was trying, taking the proper precautions. We were using the POOT method. If y'all don't know what POOT is, POOT, pull out on time. Yeah, don't try. That's not the greatest form of birth control. But when he got here and I found out she was pregnant, I was elated. I missed my oldest son Isaiah growing up, and that's something I'll forever have to deal with. I'll always, have to live with the fact that I lost his childhood to the penitentiary. So I try to be the best dad I can now when it comes to him and my son. But yeah, to answer your question, I was out right at 4 months when I got married. Now I've been with my wife. She was my girlfriend at the time. Well, she rode with me. I met her. I was a little less than a year from coming home when I met her. Adam said, "Do you listen to Haystack, Vinny Paz, Ill Bill?" I've listened to some of Haystack. I don't know who Vinny Paz or Ill Bill is. Heidi Allah said, "Anything actually funny happened while you were in there that you still laugh at to this day?" Yeah, there's a lot of things that I laugh at when I think back on it. I just don't know how to put them in the videos. I got a homeboy named Big Phil that was a damn fool, man. And dudes make gay jokes and little like being funny when they're locked up. I don't know why it's humorous. I guess because when you know somebody's not gay, they can joke like that. Chill Will, salute. He says salute to everyone for watching and supporting the channel. Hey, good looking, Chill Will. Thank you, my dude. But my dude Phil would always make gay jokes, right? Big Phil. Why we call him Big Phil? You ever notice the little guy you call him big? Phil's like 5'6", 5'7", but real muscular, but toned at the same time. Not big and jacked up, just got a good sized frame on him. Playing softball, we play softball in prison. You walk the track. The problem is you get caught up in the conversation, you might get knocked out with a softball, right? Playing softball, I see these dudes walking the track, dude cranks the ball out left field. There's a dude walking, and I look that way, and all I can see is the sun. So I can't see where the ball's at. And I look over the track and I see a dude fall. Boom. He falls over, right? Ball that caught dude in the head, knocked him out cold. Phil's playing shortstop. Phil looks over, sees him laying on the ground. He goes, "She's mine." Drops his pants down too hard. You can see his boxes and takes off, running across the yard. "Nobody touch him. Don't touch him. He's mine." Acting like he's about to jump on the man's back, and we died. You talking about a couple hundred inmates laughing. Phil was just joking. But he damn sure made it seem like he claimed that man's butt cheeks were laying on the ground. Mike 105 said, "Can we get some more Philly street stories? Much love from East Texas." All day. More Philly stories coming. I can't believe, Victor Arson, I can't believe there are people out there playing Dungeons and Dragons prison. Do these guys get bullied? Were you in state prison or fed? I was in state, and yes, those guys 100% got bullied. Uh, the guy that I told y'all about, Jonathan Montgomery, that was found innocent of a rape charge, he used to play guys, used to bully him. David Bickley, a known sex offender. Yeah, I said it. I did a video on him. He used to play the Dungeons and Dragons. Not all of them guys. I'm not saying all of them are weird, but it definitely, when you're in prison and you're playing games like that, it's frowned upon. Like guys look like, oh, they take this shit as a joke. Guys would order the Magic the Gathering books. They'd order all that, make their own little dice and this and that. But yeah, it was definitely weird to see it. And those guys definitely fell victim to the bullies, man. Jay, were you a good fighter in prison? I'm not a trained fighter. I'm not the best fighter in the world, but I'll fight. Like that's the bottom line. Philly cheesesteak or Italian beef cheesesteak. How's your relationship with your oldest son? My oldest son is in the house right now. He's been with me since about 30 days after I got out. He moved in with me, and he's been with me ever since. And he never has to move out. Me and my wife were talking about that the other day. He's got a huge room in my house, got his own bathroom, walk-in closet. Since the day I got out, my son has been by my side. I busted my ass to get us our first house. Wasn't the greatest house, but he had his own room. And here we are almost 8 years later, and he's still with me. And he's doing great. Douglas Marcus said, why don't you wear any Kansas Chiefs hats? I have. I have. You go back and watch my videos, I have. Jason Kessler says, that is great to know your son is with you. He is. He's been with me since I got home. And like I said, I don't care if he never leaves, man. I love my kids. I take, it feels good to know he's here and he's safe. You know, everybody, any parent that's ever had to deal with a kid moving away or moving out or going off to college or just going out on their own, I told my son, you ain't got to go nowhere till you're ready, man. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm proud of you. You work full time. You're a good dude. Graduated. You got a good head on your shoulders. You know, you about to become the manager of Chick-fil-A. Then you'll end up with your own store. You're a good guy. You ain't got to go nowhere. When you're ready to move out, son, you move out. Otherwise, I love you and good night. I'll go in tonight. My son's almost 20 years old. I'll kiss him on his forehead, give him a hug, and tell him I love you. See you tomorrow, man. Have a good day at work. Osiah says, should I send my childhood friend money on JPay? Don't know if he's being extorted. How much a month is decent to send? It depends, man. It depends. If he's your friend, send it. How do 1% bikers in prison fare? You don't see a lot of them. Marco A. Cena, props Jay, shout out from Northern Cali. Man, I love California. I'm not gonna lie, I love California. I don't think I've ever met anybody from Cali that said they didn't like Cali. Or anybody that ever moved from Cali to say the East Coast, like, man, I hated Cali. I've never met a person in my life that said they went to Cali or lived in California and didn't like it. I love Cali. I don't think, I've been to Florida, been to New York, all up and down the East Coast, Midwest, South. I've never felt at home or as at home like I did in Cali. I love Philly too, but the problem with Philly is I just can't stay out of lockup in Philly. There's too many dudes out there that are just constantly into some shit. I probably could now, but back in the day, like I spent more time locked up in Philly than I did in the streets. I would get out and get locked up the same week, be gone half a year, most of the year, get out and be out, and it wouldn't be days. I'd be locked back up. Chill till I die. Have you ever imagined this YouTube life while locked down? You seem like the type of dude who sets goals and meets them. All the goals I've set, I met. I didn't know what YouTube was. I had no clue. I didn't even know what an app was. I messed with some phones while I was in prison, but none of these phones had app. These were like flip phones, like burners, like breakups and throwaways that had like Pong and Tetris on them. I didn't even know what YouTube was. I didn't even know it existed. Lucas been cooling highs, gas prices out there. Right now, they're going between like 415, 445, which is expensive out here. Snapbacks or fitteds. Fitteds. Well, I'll do the snapbacks too. Took me the longest time if I got into them, but I realized that I was like, I was stuck. There was only so much I could do with fitted hats, and a lot of times they wouldn't have my size. So I seen a bunch of dope snapbacks. So I do both. Anthony Mazzino, bro, Philly and Virginia are two way different places. Facts. Both commonwealths, but absolutely nothing alike. When did you lose your hair? I lost my hair in my 20s. And I lost my hair due to, I want to say it was stress, but it was also the medications they were giving me. They had me on these psych meds while I was locked up. I kept getting in trouble. So their answer for everything was sedate him, sedate him, sedate him. It keeps acting out, being violent, sedate him, sedate him. So they started putting me on, I mean, trazodone, Seroquel, Thorazine, Elavil. I mean, the list goes on. And I started noticing like, yo, the hell is my hair going? My barber shaped me up one time. I'm like, yo, Pimp, what'd you do to the side of my head? He's like, I ain't do nothing over there. You ain't got no hair. And I started investigating. I'm like, damn, my hair is falling out. But I would say I was in my late 20s when the hair packed its bag and started to dip. Yeah, can't act out when you passed out. And that Thorazine's a monster. That Thorazine, shoo, don't want no. There was a period where I was in the jail, and that's when they started sedating me. I get out the hole and I get back in trouble. So we had a doctor called Dr. Yosef. Comes back there and sees me and puts me in all these meds. I legitimately slept so much that they would come to my cell and be like, hey, you need to give us some of the trays back. And I would wake up and realize I would have days and days and days worth of meals stacked up on the counter. Some of this bread had started to mold. I would get up, get my tray laid on the counter, take a couple bites, and just pass back up. And then they'd show up with more pills, pump more pills in me. They kept me sedated and I'm in the hole. So anytime I'm not sedated, I'm just like, kind of just like I'm on the streets again, like I'm bored out of my mind, except you're just a zombie. I got to prison and that shit. The prison's like, we're not giving this to you. We don't know how you got on all this shit, but you're not getting this up in here. And B, you see what's going on around you. That's the last place you want to be slow, lacking, or sedated. You need to be on your P's and Q's all the time. Move in slow motion if you want to. Just make your ass easier to hit. Real one said, do you still have a fitness and workout routine? No, I do not. I swore that I would always. There's a lot of things that I took from prison that are good, and things that I should have kept, like my workout. But it's hard enough to get home, spend time with my family, eat dinner, and have a couple of hours with the family. I slide a workout in. Shit, that's even more time. And he said, thank you for being honest and telling your story. You provided a stairway of communication for me and my nephew. I spend more time judging him than just loving him. Can't wait to see him this August. Hey, big salute, man. If he's locked up, I hope he gets out and does right, man. What's the most famous prisoner that you was ever locked up with? I can't think of a whole lot of famous guys I was locked up with. I did see a lot of, I guess you would say, famous people on their last moments on this earth before they were executed. Like our yard faced the back of death row, Virginia. I seen the DC sniper walking the death row and 72 hours later come out on a gurney and into the back of the truck. I've seen other dudes that had high profile cases, like literally maybe 25 feet from us is the back of death row, J building where they go in. It's 10 building, but the death unit's J. I'd see the van back up, they let them out. I've seen a lot of high profile killers come through the prison. But as far as like celebrity, most celebrities end up in the feds or some country club somewhere. They're not going to end up somewhere like Greensville. They're not going to put them on no majors. Have you ever heard of that famous guy, Cohen Mangan, who was in Rookie Behind the Bars and made LT and got arrested for bringing heroin into the prison? I seen a video on that. Yeah, I seen a video on that. He said, didn't Joe see Manson? I don't know. Be strong. Said, good to see you. Hey, good to be seen, man. Good to see you too. Salute. Well, look, I got a family in the house. It's been over an hour and a half. I love you. I love to stick around and talk all night, but I got to get into my little boy. Got Arby's in the house. Arby's be bossing. So I'm going to get into that. I appreciate all y'all for tapping in tonight. Go back and rewatch. And if you ain't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. YouTube's been unsubscribing people from my channel. I don't know why. People say, hey, I ain't get no notification. They unsubscribe me. So if you ain't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And if you don't want to, don't. I'm not forcing nobody to do nothing. I'll never beg. But I love all y'all. Thank y'all all for checking in, man. Tuesday night, we get in the house and you already know. You said you're not entertained. You already know. Anyways, y'all know what I'm doing, man. I'm just trying to keep you entertained. Are you not entertained? Yeah, it's time for me to get in and get some sleep. I'm ready to hit the shower and get to bed. I love all y'all. Y'all be safe. Thank y'all for checking in. We'll do this again real soon, man. Salute.